Ethicalweb.ai presents AI Vault, unlocking enterprise AI by removing its biggest barrier with intellectual property secured by 3 separate patents. In the early days of email, enterprises hesitated to adopt public platforms due to security and control concerns. Microsoft Exchange emerged as the solution, bringing email in-house, enabling IT teams to control access, usage and compliance. Today, 27% of enterprises similarly resist using public Gen AI tools like ChatGPT due to uncontrolled data exposure. AI Vault mirrors the Exchange solution by offering full control over Gen AI usage within the enterprise, private, secure deployment on the company's own AWS cloud infrastructure, internal-only access, completely isolated from the public internet. AI Vault enables enterprise governance of AI monitor usage, control prompts, and enforced security policies. Just as Microsoft Exchange legitimized corporate email, AI Vault legitimizes enterprise-level Gen AI adoption. As I referenced a moment ago, 27% of enterprises have banned generative AI applications, such as ChatGPT. All Wall Street banks and most large businesses, where data protection is a big deal, have enforced these bans. The productivity, process optimization, and customer service benefits expected from widespread growing commercial and enterprise AI adoption are being lost or threatened by poorly understood and inadequately managed risks. Even though OpenAI and Anthropic offer a guarantee not to use personal data in their future training data if you purchase their enterprise licenses from them at extra cost, businesses still don't trust them and refuse to use AI. I think right now is a good time to introduce a demonstration of AI Vault. The first thing I need to show you is the login process, which is passwordless. Counterintuitively, passwordless access management is considered more secure and more user-friendly than traditional password-based authentication. Let's begin by showing you how a user would log in to AI Vault. I will start by typing my designated email login. As you can see, it is sending me an email. Here is the email, and I can click on the link to get access. You can see it's not that dissimilar to ChatGPT 4.0. Now let's take a look at accounts and user roles. This is being demonstrated on a pre-production environment with test data. All nominated users have roles, which for this demonstration only shows 2 roles, administrators and users. There is a much more sophisticated role management component to AI Vault, which is related to hypersensitive terms, which is the focus of an entirely separate video. For now, we will stick to the basics of account management. As I'm set up as an admin user, there are several options I can choose from: user management, manage sensitive terms, reports and usage, and the ability to log out, of course. For managing users, as I'm set up as an admin user, I can easily change roles, add users, or even delete users if required. Next, we have sensitive items. I need to define what constitutes a sensitive item. One of the unique attributes of AI Vault is understanding that there is some complexity in what or when an item is sensitive. Firstly, we have explicit sensitive items. The demonstration data we're using today, it is as if I'm an employee of the global bank NatWest Group, so I have already entered some explicit sensitive terms. These explicit terms could be companies, products, people, or places. Administrator users can maintain these terms here, which can be managed manually or preloaded from CSV files. Now, let's move on to the fun stuff by looking at using the main prompt window. I will now use a typical prompt query to show you how sensitive terms are identified. I will begin with a highly sensitive prompt that would be extremely damaging to the business if it was leaked to the public. You can see that the explicit sensitive terms have already been redacted. The implicit sensitive terms are heavily underlined in red, and the potentially sensitive terms that could be misspelled are flagged as potential misspelled items. Let's fix the misspelled item, NatWest Group. The term Wayland Smithers is an explicit sensitive term. Using standard AI LLM techniques, AI Vault identifies Wayland Smithers as a potentially known individual whom I may want to designate as a sensitive term, which I will do now. Notice that the toggle switch defaults to redaction rather than non-redaction. If an employee has used their own copy of ChatGPT to run this query, there is a considerable risk that this information could be leaked, which would be hugely damaging to the business. Hence, the reason to use AI Vault instead. I will now process the prompt. You can see the result as it should be, as if the redaction has not taken place. However, if I click here, you can see the prompt was redacted before it was passed over our side of the fence in our AI Vault Enterprise. So our software and any generative AI software we use, such as OpenAI, has no idea who sent the prompt or sensitive information included with the prompt. Let's try a different query. We are now going to try a prompt query where a sensitive term is no longer a sensitive term because of the context of the search query. I will now paste a query into the prompt text box. This says, "Tell me the latest information about the publicly listed company, NatWest Group, its share price and market capitalization, etc. for the last 12 months. You can see that the redact sensitive item switch is now set to off, and the right-hand action button defaults to continue without redaction. The explicit sensitive term, NatWest, is no longer deemed sensitive. This is because the prompt query is a research query. In this context, the AI Vault decision engine considers it not sensitive. This ability to process the complexity around the determination of the sensitivity of terms has been encapsulated in a USPTO patent application, which is one of 3 patents associated with AI Vault. In addition, this query also demonstrates another patented feature of AI Vault, which is the superior way it processes contemporaneous queries, which we believe is superior to the way traditional generative AI apps deal with these types of queries. Talking of patents, let me finish up here by demonstrating another couple of AI Vault's unique features. Firstly, AI Vault is agnostic about which generative AI client to use. Currently, we use OpenAI, but we could use any other generative AI supplier, such as Anthropic or DeepSeek. As we are using OpenAI, we primarily have all the capabilities of the latest iteration of ChatGPT+. For example, by using this prompt and pressing the Create button, we can access OpenAI's image generation. The image is generated and stored in your client database and is available for download for up to an hour. Another unique feature of AI Vault is that all the prompts and query results are delivered and stored in HTML. This can also include multimedia content, such as videos, images, and sound files. Finally, let us try this query. Tell me everything current about Boca Raton and the best places to visit this weekend with relevant pictures and any relevant video. Again, all the prompts and responses are stored in your local database. We have no visibility of any of it, which is how it should be. There are other areas that I could demonstrate, such as history and reporting, but I will leave that for another video. Next, I'm going to talk to you about our systems architecture. Here we have a graphical visualization of the AI Vault systems architecture. The glass domes represent firewalled client installations of AI Vault. The clients have their own copies of AI Vault. This includes database, user interfaces, and administration console. This all operates within the client's firewalled intranet. The filters below the glass illustrate the filtering of explicitly identified client-sensitive items. LLM suggested sensitive terms along with the need to use prompt contextualization to determine whether a term is sensitive or not. The AI Seek cog represents our AI Seek enterprise component that sits in the ethical web AI AWS environments. AI Seek is our consumer generative AI product. All the data that is streamed to it via all the AI Vault clients is anonymized and redacted. We have no knowledge of which individual sent it and what the original sensitive terms are. The pipe interfacing to OpenAI, ChatGPT, can only be identified as coming from Ethical Web AI. This contains a combination of all redacted client data and AI Seek consumer traffic. This obscures the source of the prompts even further. It is important to remember that our application is agnostic and can use any generative AI, including Anthropic, Claude, DeepSeek, and so on. We have taken feedback from cybersecurity experts from both Cisco and also from a manufacturing supplier to the defense industry that confirm we are on the right track, and we have included extra functionality that they have suggested. The solutions feature a bundled generative AI product. AI Vault stands out as the sole solution that incorporates security into its GenAI offering, whereas all other options provide additional security layers. Turnkey solution. AI Vault uniquely offers a turnkey solution that functions immediately upon installation, while others necessitate tailored implementation. Monthly cost per desktop. AI Vault's cost is 25% lower than that of ChatGPT 4 per desktop. In contrast, other solutions impose GenAI licensing fees, along with additional custom pricing, audit trails, and reporting. Do the products provide comprehensive audit trails and reporting features for security oversight? Identification of sensitive terms. AI Vault utilizes an advanced system that incorporates client-defined explicit terms, LLM estimated terms, and context assessment. In specific scenarios, a term may not be deemed sensitive based on the prompt type. The LLM estimation relies on established named entity recognition to identify potentially sensitive terms. AI Vault acts as an AI aggregator. This ensures that any content shared with external parties, for example OpenAI, remains unlinked to individual clients, providing an added layer of obfuscation. While not detailed in the attribute matrix, AI Vault is the only product whose intellectual property is safeguarded by USPTO utility software patents, particularly concerning its unique method for identifying and redacting sensitive terms. Start thinking about what your world looks like. Now your security concerns have been locked away and the door to the possibilities of AI have been unlocked with AI Vault.